Greetings fellow Decepticons, Soundblaster1987 here, and I am pleased to report that we are finally at the end of my TF Nation 2019 Halls Terrorcons review from Power of the Primes with Voyager Hunger. As you can see, like Sinatwin, he is another two-headed dragon, seems a bit redundant, but whatever. For articulation in this mode. As the necks are actually the robot mode legs, you've got universal ratcheting forward and back and in and out. Swivel here. Double joint here for transformation. Then side to side and up and down movement at the base of each head, and the jaws can open and close. These front legs are only on a pin hinge, so they can only move forward and back, although there is a secondary hinge to move them in and out for transformation to robot and combiner modes, so we'll see that later. Rear legs, although they have to remain in this position to maintain realism, they are also the robot arms, so you do technically have a bit of movement here. Bidirectional ratcheting. Elbows, a knee movement, technically a thigh swivel here, and that's about it for the robot mode, and for the beast mode. He also comes with these pieces, which are the combined mode's feet. These have ratcheted ankle joints for more stability, and a peg hole at the back to attach a spare combiner hand to increase the foot size for more balance. We'll get to that later. The combiner feet also have a port here for Prime Masters, Titan Masters, and the Enigma combination to attach. Like so. Can be a bit tricky to get these things out afterwards. You have to use your nails on these tabs here. Bear with me. Should have thought this through. Nope, that's not going to work. Hang on.
Do you want me to pause it?
Got it. More or less. Ugh. Friction is a terrible problem with these things. We'll come back to this in a minute. For size comparison, we can finally show, as this is the Team Leaders review, all 5 Terrorcons at once. So here's Sinatwin, Cutthroat, Ripper Snapper, and Blot with our leader Hunger. We'll see these guys again later. Because production errors with my previous couple of reviews have tightened my schedule, meaning I'll also have to cover the combined mode in this video. So, to transform Hunger, first, fold the front dragon legs back 90 degrees on the pin hinge, and then use the secondary hinge to fold them into the backpack out of the way. Then, flip him over like this, straighten the dragon necks to become legs, Grab these panels here and flip them up to cover up the combiner ports to become kneecaps. Split the dragon heads to become the feet. This step is also the same as on RID 2001 Megatron. I'll get to him another time. So, ratchet the shoulders down. Bring the elbows down, but be careful, these elbows are designed to lock to keep the combiner thighs in place. So, keep them unlocked at this angle to allow freedom of movement for robot mode, then flip back the claws to expose the hands. Then on the other side. Bring the tail down, and there's a little clever bit of automorph here. By pressing in these plates on the tail of the beast mode against these spines of the stomach, they raise up the plates on the other side of the tail for the robot mode design. Then finally, crack the chest open and flip out the robot head with this tab at the back of the neck. Long nails advised for this step. Flip that back into place. And the robot mode is complete. Whoops. Not the time for limbo hunger. So, anyway, yes, the robot mode is pretty much the perfect blend of the original toy stickers and the cartoon models, proportions and colour scheme. With the grey arms, grey thighs, grey belt and off-white everything else, and the pink head with silver goggles. Now, for articulation, the head is on a semi-restricted ball joint due to the stiffness of the joint and the shape of the head. Bidirectionally ratcheted shoulders. Bicep swivel. Elbows go just under 90 degrees because of the locking point for combined mode. Nothing at the wrist because of the way the hands work. Nothing at the waist due to transformation. Universal hips. Thigh swivel. Double knees for combiner transformation. And forward, back and side to side ankle tilts. Which of course do sometimes mean that if the ankles are loose, he can do a bit of a limbo once in a while. And here we finally have all 5 Terracons as a group shot in robot mode. Now, before we begin the combination sequence to Abominus, it is best to keep Cinetwin and Cutthroat in beast mode and the other 3 in robot mode before conversion begins. So, I'll put these 2 off to one side with the combiner feet and we will get on with the combination sequence. Now that Cinetwin and Cutthroat are back in their beast modes, time to attach them as legs. First, take Cinetwin, pop the heads back, pop the tails back, fold the legs in on each other, to keep them out of the way. And attach one of the feet to this peg down here. Then rotate the foot the other way around and attach Cinetwain's combiner hand to increase the size and area of the foot for stability. If you want, you can also extend the fingers of the combiner hand to act like actual organic toes. Since this is a monster combiner after all, it would be appropriate. Finally, extend the combiner stump as a knee joint. One leg done. Now for cutthroat, straighten the wings, collapse them into a roosting pose like this. Snap the head forward and bring it all the way down like so. Flattening the head crest if you wish. Bring the tail up and bring the legs in like so. Attach him to the other combiner foot. Bring his stump up to be the other leg knee joint. Remember to peg the wings into the arms for stability. Then rotate the foot the other way around. And use cutthroat's combiner hand to increase the size of the foot for stability. Once we've got the legs sorted out, we need to put these off to one side and focus on hunger. So, to get hunger ready for combination, first, bring the tail up, crack the chest open, and put the robot mode head away. Then close the panel back up and put the tail back where it was. And leave it like that for now. Then flip it upside down like so. Ratchet the shoulders the other way round. Swivel these bits. Lock the elbows to maintain the thighs strength in combine mode. Cover the hands with the beast mode claws and flip them back to expose the combiner ports for the legs. Same on the other side. Then disconnect these. And bring them out like so. And leave those for the time being. Unpeg here and double hinge to bring the chest plate up. Then close the dragon heads completely and fold them all the way in. Same on both sides as always. I'm not going to bother quoting MGO here because I'll get a copyright strike. The last thing I need. So bring the knees down into this position. Then come back to the tail, open it up and yank the combine mode head out of Hunger's stomach. Pegging the neck into the chest plate to secure it in place. Then using these tabs here to secure the sides of the combine mode neck platform in place, while also making sure that the double hinges are aligned properly so that these tabs here go into these slots down here. This takes a bit of fiddling sometimes. Put the tail back up to hide the gap where the combine mode head came from. Pop these panels down to expose the arm combiner ports. toe of the front dragging legs into the shoulders to lock the whole assembly in place and expose a bit more pink for the chest plate. Bring up the antenna on the combined mode's head. Straighten them out if they've started to warp a little. And attach the legs to these combiner ports like so. This can be finicky at times, hold on. And now we've got 3/5 of the combined mode. So, to get the arms ready, simply peg Rippersnapper's legs together, like so. Making sure that the tail halves are not interfering. And the shins are not splitting in half. Bring the tail down and out. Then rotate the waist assembly like so. Bring the beast mode head up to cover the robot mode head. Bring the combiner stump out as well. Do not tab the shark head in, as you will need for freedom of movement for the shoulder. Finally, use the ball jointed elbows to tab the forearms into the back of the torso out of the way, rotating the wrists so the claws still face the right way round. Attach the fist. I've already removed the opposite thumb from this one. And attach to the shoulder at this side. Finally, take Blot, clip his legs together, flip his arms back into beast mode configuration with a 3-finger claws, spin them back, tab them into the back of the torso out of the way, and from here just repeat the same as you have done with Rippersnapper so far. Bring the yoga head up, flip the robot head back to expose the combiner stump, flip the yoga head forward, but do not tap it in because it will still need motion for the shoulder. Then finally rotate the waist 90 degrees so that the arm faces forward and attach the other fist. Attach like so. And here, at long last, we finally have Power for Prime's Abominus in full combined glory. For the final step, flip down this panel on the chest plate and insert the Enigma of Combination to give him more power in battle. Insert, and flip up the panel to keep it hidden and safe from the Autobots. This is a monster of a combiner, and not just because he's physically made of monsters. I mean, bringing in Siege Megatron for comparison here. Up to and including Primus and Cybertron Metroplex, Abominus is now officially the tallest Transformer I own when in combined form. And yes, Primus and Cybertron Metroplex will be reviewed later on, but they are not part of my TF Nation haul, so not just yet. Now, articulation in combined mode. The head is on a swivel, although it is being toy accurate white head with pink face instead of the other way round, so you'll need the perfect effect upgrade kit to replace that if you're a cartoon stickler. Then, for the shoulders, the combiner stomp joint on the Deluxe provides outward motion, and the way the joint itself is engineered allows for forward and back motion as well. Thigh rotation, knee bend, knee rotation due to the ratcheting, and ratcheted ankles for stability. This works especially well when you use the Lakebot's spare combiner hands to increase the footprint. Also, there are 5mm ports in the thumbs of the combiner hands so you can hold a big enough gun if you've got one, which I currently do not. So, until next time, I have been Soundblaster1987, and depending on when you're watching this, my next review will either be animated Black Arachnia and Trasmetal Tarantulas as a Halloween double bill, or concluding my TF Nation haul with Armada and Cybertron Optimus Prime, till all are one.